Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is me, screaming into the void of the internet. There's something I kind of want to talk about for a minute. I just had this thought because, I'm looking at several people and it just seems like in this time period, I'm not going to say that we're cursed. It kind of feels like it, but I'm looking at content creators and they're losing their jobs. And like no one can hold a job. I'm thinking about how my friend hasn't picked up a job and, looking at it when I mentioned the whole unemployment rate and stuff like that. It's like, listen, this isn't exactly some minor issue, And what I kind of want to talk about is why do we lie to children, This isn't going to be a video about parents or anything, because I've made several, about my opinion on children and stuff like that and parenthood. But why do we lie to kids? Like, why did, if I could ask, why did adults specifically promise us, because I don't think that they're doing that anymore, especially with the massive amount of information available to people via the internet. But why did they promise us so much, Why did they put all of their hopes and aspirations in us when 9 times out of 10 they didn't even really have much to give us to have us inherit? Why put all of your hope in these children when you had no idea what because listen, they were looking in real time, because what, I'll say that our parents, right, they saw in real time the shift in the culture, the shift in the manner that things were done, the shift in the quality of life. The internet was a huge thing, technology progressing the way that it did, GPS, Bluetooth, all these things. Jobs that people would have never considered before becoming the norm, Why did they promise us this stuff? Why did they promise a life of you'll have a good life, you work hard? Because, I understand the sentiment of parents believing that they need to place their hopes onto the children, place their joys, their dreams, their aspirations in the event that maybe they can't fulfill them. Maybe the kid, can succeed where they fail. Not necessarily in the extent where the parents try and live their life through the kid, but it's hey, it was hard for me to do it, but maybe you can do it, It's we're in a day and age where it really just seems like this is just a very, at least in America, right? It's a very difficult time to try and make something happen. And it's not again, where they're always telling us, oh, you're just bastards, you just don't want to work, you're lazy, you're this, you're that. And it's even once they work, what are they going to work for? I may be the minority, okay? I have gotten over the concept of love and stuff like that. Most guys can't get over that. Most guys have to have a family. So, what have you given them? Divorce is a thing. Child extortion is a thing. What does he get out of pursuing a family? Because like I said, I'm not really one of these people that says that there's a sexual crisis. I don't really believe that. So long as hookers exist, you can get intercourse. But, I'm not going to pretend hey, listen, most guys want a wife, and good luck getting a wife. Most people want to own a home. Good luck owning the home. You're in, I said this time and time again because it's true, you're in the, this transition of the plot by whoever you want to say, the elites. I hate the term elites. They're not freaking elites, dude. They're not better than you. You're just bastards up the social hierarchy, that's all. In real world time, you're looking at the whole, you'll own nothing and be happy crap. Because that's how I've always seen it, You're just looking at a real world in real time attempt of them trying to obfuscate their plan of you will own nothing and be happy. And we all know that that's bullcrap because most of us are freaking miserable, you know. I have learned to be content with what I have, but, you know, I want more, and it's not like I want much, you know. I'm not asking for some grandiose, luxurious life. I'm not asking for, you know, the picket fence, the, like, 3 kids, a wife. I don't give a rat's arse about that, okay? Like, I don't. But I think I speak for all of us when we at least say, hey, listen, it would be nice to have a home to call your own. You know? An actual home to call your own. You know, not this property tax bullcrap, not this constant bill nonsense. Just a place where you know that was where you could return to and just rest your head and chill. And you can't get that. And if you do get it, you have to work, like I said, you know, many, many times harder than what your parents had to work to get it. They've placed all of their hopes in us, and we're looking at this and we're like, how can you tell us to feel any kind of hope? What do I have to look forward to with inflation, with the housing market, with more and more of your freedoms being trampled upon? For God's sakes, you are literally in a world, at least in America, right, where they're telling you, we need to monitor you when you want to set up a fence. You need a permit for this, that, and the other. But someone who is illegal in this country does not need a permit to get a hold of a firearm and kill somebody. And then say, oh, it's self-defense for them. I'm looking at you, Chicago, because that's where it happened. I just really do not understand personally how a lot of people expect their children to have any kind of hope in today's day and age. Because any kind of hope that you perhaps would have had, when you really take the time to think about it, unless you make drastic sacrifices, the chances that you can receive it are just, it's just slim to none, you know. The chances that you'll receive a life of moderate comfort seems very, very hard in today's day and age. Now, there are ways that people are trying to dodge this, you know. They're trying to take American money and just go, because the dream now is to just leave America, you know. That's the American air quotes dream, is to just get your passport, get enough resources, and just go live in another country. Because if you have American money, it goes farther in other countries, but it doesn't go far here. But I think that we're eventually going to see the fall of the American dollar, and I'm all here for it, to be honest, because considering that I'm getting effed in the arsehole, I think it's well about time that these cocksuckers that ruined the dollar start receiving a whole bunch of it too. I will be very happy when America is not, you know, the freaking foothold of the world. Because no matter what a lot of people want to say, all America really is an empire. And they've had their freaking boots on many countries' necks for a long time. And whenever someone tries to tell you that, you know, like you're somehow a traitor to your country by admitting this statement, ask them this. Do you want Russian soldiers in your country walking around? Do you want Russian bases in your soldiers? Russian bases around America? No? How about Chinese bases? No? F off then. If they can't do it, if it's wrong for them to do it, we shouldn't be in their stuff. We should not be freaking hijacking countries. We should not be trying to control all these countries. We shouldn't. I understand why we need to protect ourselves from other countries. I get that. But that's why, you know, it would be nice if we weren't trying to freaking dominate one another, wouldn't it? It would be nice if human nature wasn't so freaking effed. Right? It would be nice. But unfortunately, we can't have that. There's always got to be some kind of superpower and stuff, right? And lo and behold, a lot of countries freaking hate America because for the longest, America did that. America manipulated other countries politically, and now that our dollar is going down, it's a whole bunch of countries that are taking their chances to say, F America, I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to side with Russia. I'm going to side with China. Whether or not it's a wise decision, they just want something that is not America. And it's not that I'm trying to get political, because I'm not really trying to make this political. I'm trying to keep this, in line to what I'm saying. It's very hard for a lot of people to have hope when they were promised all of this stuff and they were looking in real time and saying, where is it? That's why I say, the only privilege that really exists, in my opinion, is usually if you were privileged enough to be born with people who had enough money. And I'm telling you, that is a privilege. It's not a privilege that we should shame, don't shame a parent for doing what they're supposed to do, because I do have the opinion, I was talking to my friend about this, about parenthood, that he's kind of having the opinion that, listen, at the end of the day, it's their family, it's their right, if they want to have children. But I'm like, at a certain point, you do have to wonder, though. It's because sure, let's say that you're a relatively mentally sound person, right? Your parents did what they were supposed to do, and they popped out a human being, and I shouldn't say supposed to. Well, yeah, supposed to do, in terms of raising you. Let's not say supposed to in terms of popping out human beings. They raised you, and you have a very sound mind, you've got a moral compass, you're a hard worker. But it doesn't change the fact that, realistically speaking, unless they had something for you to inherit, unless they had some kind of way to offset the financial burden, the mental burden, the emotional burden that you're going to face in life, in certain aspects, you could consider them failing in that department. People don't want to admit this, but it's the fact. Especially in an economy like this. Listen, most parents have no way to really offset any of this on their children. The way that they can offset it is literally to just have you live with them, but they don't want you to live with them, and most of the time you don't want to live with them either, because I can speak from personal experience. Listen, I'm sick of living here. I am. I'm sick of the random amounts of frustrations, that one may harbor living in day-to-day life with a family,